G'day everyone, Malcolm Matt Hill Scar Models, channel update and progress on this old Airfix Heinkel HE 111 H-20. This is a really old kit that's sort of been duped up in the boxing by Airfix, and if you've been watching my channel, I'd started this about 18 months ago. It got the better of me, and I'm going through the stage where I'm fixing everything, trying to make sure that I catch up on some of these unfinished projects. So what I've been able to do in the last few weeks is get it all assembled. I got the cockpit in that I added some figures to. I've got two aircraft now that I've been working on. I've got that old Revell Condor that I put figures into, and I decided to put some figures into this one because it just makes it come alive a little bit, I think. Normally I don't do figures in the aircraft at all since I was probably little. So these figures are actually, I modified them. They've come out of a new tooling Airfix Junkers Stuka JU87, and just chopped and changed them around a little bit with the scratch built cockpit interior. This kit is a real, as you can see, a real putty bomb. Things did not fit very well. I've had to use super glue and other things to get things to fit. The underneath of the aircraft, probably just as you can see there, where there's plenty of putty and everything, didn't fit really well. There's like hours and hours of sanding. Originally when I started this kit, it was going to have the control surfaces poised in the lowered position. Airfix did make it so it was posable, and you can see where I've had to work to blank those areas out, and on the corresponding control surfaces as well. Yeah, look, it's not a kit for the faint-hearted, and definitely if you want to build a Heinkel and you want to build an Airfix one, get the new tooling. It's actually superior to anything. This, as I said, this was tooled in the 1960s, so avoid it like the plague if you can. Things like really ill-fitting parts here that I have to shim up now and repair, and the worst part of this whole kit is going to be, well, it is this nose section fit. It is an absolute dog. It's the way this designed to be split down the middle. It's really hard to, especially through here, through this end section. Yeah, it's really horrible, but I'll plod along with it. I've experimented with some figures in there now. The figures will look good in the cockpit. I'll just add a little bit of colour in there as well. I don't normally add figures, but I have on this one and my old Condor, just to give the basic interior something to look at. So I've been working on the control surfaces, repairing the areas that had the adjustable things on them. Also the exhaust there, I've hollowed out all the ends on the exhaust pipes. Here's some crew. This is out of a Matchbox kit there, crew. The figures are quite detailed really, but they wouldn't fit in mine. I've added some texture to the big 1,000-pound bombs, and a little bit of writing on them that the ground crew's done. So this one says Gushek for Ivan. It was in his gift for Ivan, I hope. On this one here it says by Ivan on this side, and on this one here I've got Kriegsschwein, which is war pig. So just to break up a little bit of the bombs, I experimented on the texture. I put the bombs together, and then I used my old stippling brush. And if you want to know what a stippling brush is, it's just the old paint brush that's been cut down. I used some surface or Tamiya primer, and I just stippled this primer on to give it a cast effect on the big bombs there, on the 1,000-pounders, and just to give it a little bit of how can I explain, just a bit of texture. I was speaking to Greg Riley about texture. I want to do a Russian tank build, a T62, T62. I've got Tamiya one, and Greg Riley did say that it's a really, really good kit. Just the turret needs a bit of texture applied to it, and I thought, well, I haven't done anything like that before, so I'll use this old Airfix hack as an experimentation. And so I'm slowly going along there, and I've got the landing gear done. The wheels are absolutely horrible. The tyres are horrible. Heinkel tyres should have a tread pattern, bar tread pattern on them. I did try to cut these in, but it's a complete waste of time because they're just horrible. But they'll do. They'll do. It is what it is. And here's the propellers, or the propeller. There's another propeller here somewhere. They've been painted in the. They've been painted in RLM 70 black green, which is not as black green as some other brands, but that's the only last of it I've got. I've got that and RM66 for the cockpit. Talking about the cockpit on the Heinkel, I had to repaint the cockpit. I did have it painted in RLM02, which is that green colour there. But this was a late war bomber, and they painted a cockpit a colour called RLM66, so that's what I've used on that. But I'll keep you updated, and the next video on this one should be in a couple of days. I should hopefully have the cockpit in, all fitted up nicely. So until next time, guys, be safe, model hard. Just remember, a little bit of effort, you can get a good result from an old model kit. Any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll be putting a poll up shortly for a build along, so I'm going to have a selection of kits, see what you guys might want to do for the build along. But take care, guys, God bless, catch you later.